Welcome to The Wait Is Over, brought to you by WOW HYDRATE. And we need to stay hydrated today, boys, because it's a hot day. Ben, we've just had the weigh-in. It was a huge success. So many people here. 15,000 people will be inside the Vitality tomorrow. Talk to us about this card.
You know what? Seeing everything come together today, seeing the turnout, it just prepares you, doesn't it, for what's going to happen on Saturday night. If you'd have told me 12 months ago an event of this scale would be happening now, I wouldn't have believed you. It's been incredible the way the town have taken to Chris Billam-Smith, and you can see he's almost pinching himself. He was looking out from before he weighed in, just looking out at the crowd thinking, wow, you know.
Do you know what you said something there? You said if you would have told me this 12 months ago, I wouldn't have believed that this would have happened. I actually would, because we come here 12 months ago when Isaac Chamberlain and Chris Billam-Smith boxed, and it was in that arena just behind you there, 4,000 people, and there were people everywhere that are still wanting to go to that show. And I thought, you know what? The reality is, this kid could box for a world title one day at the Vitality, and here we are. And I mean, the atmosphere, the turnout has been absolutely insane.
Ben, we have seen how deep this card is, There's so many fights on there, so many 50-50s and fights that have a little bit of needle on there as well. What fights in particular are you looking forward to?
I think Lee Cutler and Joe Pigford have a huge night on Saturday night. Like we talk about Chris Billam-Smith fighting for the world title, fighting in the stadium, but as big as that is for him, this is as big now for Lee Cutler and Joe Pigford. Lee Cutler in the final eliminator for the English title. This is a must-win for him against Stannard. It really is. It's going to be you know the way Lee Cutler fights. Every time he brings it, it's going to be an absolute war from round one. But Joe Pigford, in possibly the fight of the night against Sam Eggington, it's his first real step up. Sam Eggington is one of the most distinguished names now in British boxing. What a career he's had. Still only 29 years old as well. But for Joe Pigford, what a step up this is. This is a chance to see, does his knockout power carry through? He's had 95% knockout ratio. It's almost unheard of. But can he do it now at this level?
It's a coming of age fight for him. That's exactly what it is. You know, he's 20-0, 19 KOs. You get put in front of Sam Eggington. People think, Sam Eggington, how old is he? How long's he been around? The guy's 29 years of age.
Ridiculous.
You know, he's had 40-odd fights. He's been to the world. And he's one of those guys that likes to make easy fights hard. He's one of those old school guys that likes to make hard fights hard. He likes, you know, he's one of them guys that likes having hard fights. And he goes to the world, you know, and he went over to Australia just recently, lost his IBO title that he'd won, and he'd lost on a split decision, another incredible fight. He's come back and he's rebuilt again. And he's taking this opportunity. He's like, you know what, Spencer, I'm up for this so much. But the reality is, he's in with a massively heavy-handed guy. Now, speaking to people outside of Joe Pigford's team, right? So good in the team, they say, oh, phenomenal power. Yeah, look, and like, there's no real names on his record. But speaking to people outside of the team, they say that kid has got freakish power. And guess what? Eggington can be hit because he's one of them guys.
That's what Sam has to be careful, isn't it?
But if he hits Eggington and Eggington still comes, now we've got to fight because Pigford's never been there.
For me, if Sam can take it past the first 5-6 rounds, he's the favourite. He's been there before. He's the more experienced fighter. But if Joe Pigford shows that his power does carry through at this level, it's going to be a hard night for Sam Eggington. It's going to be a hard night.
Let's talk top of the bill. It's what everyone is really here for. Chris Billam-Smith, obviously in his homecoming, a world title fight against Lawrence Okolie, a former stablemate. Did you see anything today that maybe you hadn't seen all week, or I mean, I personally feel like they've been very consistent since the fight has been announced. They've both been quietly confident, and you know, you can feel them maybe getting a bit more tense as we get towards fight night.
I'll be honest, I see a different Lawrence Okolie. I see a completely different guy to the one I saw against David Light. The way his body looks, the way his mentality is, the way he's weighed in there, much more professional, looks the part. I feel like he is more than ready for this, more than up for this, wants to make a statement as well. I think we're going to see a completely different fight to what we saw. That's what stood out. Yes, Chris Billam-Smith seems to be taking it in his stride. I think the difference between Chris Billam-Smith and Lawrence has done this. Lawrence has had pressure on him for the past 5 or 6 fights. You know, fighting for a world title, defending it. He knows what to do in this sort of moment. Can Chris Billam-Smith keep his emotions in check, use it properly, not use it against him, go out there on Saturday night in front of 15,000, keep his head and fight the fight he wants to fight? But yeah, I thought Lawrence impressed me today.
I thought they both actually impressed me. You know what? I actually caught up with Chris Billam-Smith just after the weigh-in, and this is what he had to say. Chris, weather was with us again today. An amazing atmosphere out there at the weigh-in, brilliant turnout. How did you feel?
Yeah, fantastic. You know, great weather, great turnout, like you said, and they've really turned up again. as they always do. I'm very grateful for their support. So yeah, looking forward to getting it on tomorrow night now.
And how nice is it just to make that weight now? You can focus purely on tomorrow night. That 15,000 people in that stadium. Your game plan, keeping it there, and going for that dream that you've always dreamed of winning that world title.
Yeah, it's very easy now. All the hard work's done. It's just refueling and doing the easy bit, which I've trained hard for. So tomorrow night it will come automatically, and I'll have an unbelievable support to fuel me through it.
Listen, you went head to head. You both looked into each other's eyes. Did you see anything?
I know Lawrence very well, but yeah, no, he'll definitely be nervous for sure. He's got a lot to lose in this fight, and I'm feeling fantastic.
Brilliant, Chris. Best of luck tomorrow night.
Awesome. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, so there you heard Chris, he's oozing confidence. He said that he looked into Lawrence's eyes and it meant nothing. They both know what they're going into this fight. It is all about keeping your head, keeping your composure, but he feels quietly confident, and it was interesting him saying that. I caught up with Lawrence after weighing as well.
Let's see what he says.
Let's see what Lawrence says. Well, Lawrence, weighing's done. That's the best part of fight week when the weighing's done.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm already feeling hydrated, fueled up, so we'll just keep that going until Saturday, tomorrow.
Yeah, listen, big occasion. You've been on this platform many times before, so that won't faze you. You don't mind going back into the lion's den. But what I wanted to ask you about is Chris Billam-Smith, you know very well. You both got off the scales. You do your final head-to-head. You look into each other's eyes. Did you see anything there?
No, I don't really look for anything. Head-to-head, I always think for the cameras, I don't really look to find anything. Every boxer knows you're meant to stare really hard and intensely. For me, we're fighting tomorrow, ain't nothing to say, I'm just going to go do it.
That's you, isn't it? You just go in there, do your job, none of that build-up stuff, you don't let nothing get to you.
No, even in ones where there's a back and forth, it's just I know that tomorrow we're going to get in there, the bell's going to go, and then one of us is going to win, and I believe it will be me.
You're not worried about the 15,000 people?
Not even this much. But it's easy to say now because we're here in the Key West. Tomorrow's the day we find out, but like I said, I'm going to demonstrate tomorrow.
Lawrence, best of luck for tomorrow night.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
So there you go. Lawrence, he said, look, I don't read nothing into it. I don't stare off, so they don't bother me. And we see him doing that all week, cutting off, you know what I mean? He doesn't want the eye contact. He doesn't want to focus on all that. He said, what happens in the gym, what happens in sparring, that's different. Sparring and competition, two totally different things.
He looks very focused.
Very focused. Both guys, you won't believe that they sparred over 300 rounds together, but yet they both oozing the confidence like that. And that's not artificial, that's real.
Yeah, that's what I can't understand, and you'll know better than me. Surely if you've been in the ring that much with someone, you sort of know in the back of your mind who has the edge and who's got the number. Yeah. But they both seem so confident, I can't really work it
Ben,
out.
I'm an ex-fighter, right, so I can read. Right, when I'm talking to a kid and I'm seeing, and if he's feeding me bullshit, I can read it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I'm speaking to them both and I'm going, this is genuine. Yeah. They both believe it, but yet they've done. I would know if I've been with Geezer for 300 rounds and I go, I would know, mate, if I'm in trouble or not. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think, well, now's the time to stop giving it the big and go, I'm in a hard fight here and I know that and it's my opportunity. They're not. It's a really unusual situation, actually. I can't wait for Saturday.
Well, when I went through the build-up with both of them, they scored each other based on certain attributes, power, speed, mentality, all of this kind of stuff. And Okolie was given higher marks by Chris Billam-Smith than he gave Chris Billam-Smith. I wonder if we can read anything into that. Maybe so, maybe not.
I've got another one for you. I'm going to have to throw it in there. So, obviously, interviewing Shane McGuigan, and we know that Shane's got a big ego. Yes. He likes to be in the winning side all the time. He's trained both guys. Would Shane put Chris in there if he didn't truly believe he'd win? I know he wouldn't.
And he was the one that asked for the fight.
He wouldn't. Yeah.
He was the one that asked for the
another
fight.
thing. And this is where it goes, right? I'm looking at the cycle, I'm trying to read the mind, yeah? And I said to Shane, I looked into his eyes and said, Shane, is it a winnable fight for Chris? Can he win it? You know both guys, you know the strengths and the weaknesses. Can he win it? And I see a little smirk. It's a little smirk.
Just something that lets you know we've got him.
He feels confident in that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that's sort of what swayed me towards wanting, and I went, it's not bullshit. I'm reading the body language, you know.
Lawrence Okolie for me is the best cruiserweight in the world, and on any other day, maybe in a different city, maybe a different time of his career, I think Lawrence Okolie considered a wide favourite. But the fact that they wanted this fight, that they picked this opponent, that they decided they were going to bring Lawrence here, and that you see Shane McGuigan, and as he said, he doesn't mince his words. He tells me what a level the fighter's at and what what level they're at. The confidence is pretty incredible, and I think Lawrence changing manager. I know we've said it, changing promoter, changing broadcaster, changing country, changing
Four different trainers in the last 18, 19 months.
That's a lot. That's a lot. And that's probably, they've looked at that performance against David Light and said he's not ready for Chris Billam-Smith in Bournemouth.
Well, we have a genuine 50-50, a great card. Only one way to find out now who wins and how. You let us know in the comments. For now, we wait, we eat, we relax, the fighters will rehydrate, and we will see you tomorrow, Sky Sports.